Hello and welcome to our latest Bespoke Love Spoon project. Over the years, we've been asked to do all sorts of different bespoke love spoons, and it's always a lovely process for ourselves because it allows us to sort of challenge ourselves, to stretch our own skills as well, and this particular project is no exception. What we were actually asked to do here is to carve a bespoke love spoon with a main feature of a sunflower. So it's a nice project to do. What you can see so far is us actually drawing the design onto the wood itself. After that then, as always, there's an initial part to the process where you're working with a variety of machines. On screen you can see the router, but we'll also be using things like hand drills and also a variety of different saws. So this is what you can see. You can see a combination of sort of time-lapse footage and also some footage with the GoPro as well, using the two things mixed together to try and give you a feel of this particular bespoke love spoon project. So we hope you will enjoy seeing the entire process actually taking shape. The early stages of any sort of bespoke love spoon project, you tend to see progress being made quite quickly because we're roughing out that basic outlines, and we can sort of use equipment that can do those things more quickly. But once we move on to what you can see on screen at the moment, which is the scroll saw, and then later on working with the hand tools and then the hand finishing, the whole process tends to sort of slow down. But it's those hand tools and those slower stages that really do give the project its sort of unique nature. So whilst that early work is essential, it's sort of quite sort of rudimentary work. As you go through the process, it tends to become a little bit more refined, and you really start to see something unique coming out of the actual wood. You see that process of the whole project just evolving as you go through the different stages. Okay, so as you can see, we are well on with the preparation of our love spoon. That sort of background work, getting it ready for hand carving, that is largely done now. So you can see we're just finishing off now with that, and the love spoon, it is now ready for hand carving. So here we go then. This is really where the project really gets into the real swing of things. So we're going to focus immediately on that sunflower. Basically, that is the key part to this design as far as we were concerned, was getting that sunflower right. So that was where I was going to focus my attention on immediately. And that whole process, there are different stages to building it up. You've got that centerpiece of the actual sunflower itself, and then round it we've got to form the depth of all of the petals. So you can see we're working with a combination of the hand tools and also sanding in between. We've also then got to bring out little leaves inside to give it a little bit more character. But it's amazing how that sunflower, how it actually does take shape. But what we found with this one here, we tried to put a lot of detail into it to really give that carving a lot of character, because when you're asked to do something very specific like that, you realise that it's obviously an important feature and you want to get it as close to perfect as possible for the receiver. Okay, so as you can see, we're making good progress we're well on with the sunflower, and now we're going to continue shaping the love spoon. And we haven't explained so far that we're carving, the wood we're working is a piece of mahogany, and nice piece of wood that we've been carving from, a bit of recycled wood, reclaimed mahogany. All of our woods is from sustainable sources, so we reclaim all of our timber. And as you can see, we're just bringing out the shapes. Working mainly here on the hearts, and then we're going to work, there's a twist on the stem, and hopefully you'll continue to see the love spoon taking shape. On screen at the moment, you're seeing the finishing touches to that sunflower, putting all sorts of little dots in the centre just to give it that real sunflower look. But at this stage, it's also essential to recognise that you can't sort of focus on that sunflower and do a nice job on that and then neglect the rest of the spoon. There are other features here, and another important feature that is going to take a lot of time and a lot of attention are the doves around the hearts. That is another real feature to this project, so we've got to make sure that we get that right as well. So that's what you can see us sort of working on. You've seen us working on the hearts and on the twist on the stem, but now our attention turns to the other feature, which is hand carving the turtle doves entwined around the hearts. One quick message as well that I do think is valuable for anyone who is thinking of taking on their own bespoke love spoon projects. You can see the carving, I tend to always go for the most complicated, the most demanding part of the carving first. It's basically, if you can get that right, everything else can sort of follow on from there. So I always tend to go for the most challenging thing first and then deal with the other parts of the design after. Okay, so at this stage we finished our hand carving, and we're basically we're concentrating on the actual finishing of the love spoon. So you have to excuse the noise in the background, that's just more love spoons being prepared, and that's what we're doing. So what we're going to do now, we're going to sand the bowl out. So where we've taken the bulk of the bowl out using the route and the template, then hand carved it, we're now going to finish off by actually hand sanding the bowl. We hand sand it front and back. We're going to sand all the spoon over, take out any little edges that we need to, and then we're going to shellac the spoon. So we've got our pot of shellac here ready. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to finish off that love spoon. As we're in the latter stages of the project, it's worth noting as well that we put equal attention into each and every stage of making any love spoon. It's no good starting off well and then sort of getting fed up halfway through and not putting the same care into finishing your love spoon. You have to treat every stage with a lot of care and a lot of attention. So there we have it. That is our latest love spoon project, and we hope you enjoyed seeing it being made.